From the moment you arrive, London doesn't simply introduce itself, it envelops you in a blend of heritage, elegance, and quiet, irresistible power. Along the Thames, Big Ben marks time with a steady, dignified rhythm, while Tower Bridge rises in sculpted steel, a graceful threshold between the city's storied past and its bold present. These landmarks don't just stand, they set the tone for everything that follows. At Buckingham Palace, centuries of royal tradition seem to move just beneath the surface, carried in the footsteps of guards and whispered through its ceremonial gates. Step into St. Paul's Cathedral, and the vast dome towers like a sanctuary of light, capturing the spirit of a city built on resilience. And from the gentle ascent of the London Eye, London stretches outward in perfect harmony, historic, modern, and endlessly alive. Yet the city reveals its true character in its streets. In Camden Market, creativity explodes in every direction, color, sound, craftsmanship, and culture flowing together in a way only London can orchestrate. In Chinatown, lanterns glow above kitchens bursting with authenticity, each aroma telling a story of migration, fusion, and identity. And in London's world-class museums, the world feels wider, deeper, collected and preserved with a precision that commands respect. And then comes the enchantment. At Warner Brothers Studio, the world of Harry Potter materializes with breathtaking detail, turning imagination into something you can actually step into. Meanwhile, the Tower of London guards its secrets behind cold stone walls, stories of monarchs, betrayals, legends, and shadows that history refuses to forget. London doesn't shout for your attention. It captivates you with sophistication, layer by layer, moment by moment, until you suddenly realize you're immersed in a city that feels both familiar and endlessly new. If you're ready to experience London's depth, its energy, and its unmistakable charm, hit like, subscribe, and join us as we journey through the capital that continues to define and redefine wonder. Welcome to London, timeless, magnetic, and unforgettable. Every journey has a story to tell, like subscribe and be part of this global adventure where every destination sparks a new dream. Big Ben. Big Ben doesn't just stand over London, it announces itself the moment you enter Westminster, commanding attention like the city's grand opening line. Though officially named the Elizabeth Tower, its beloved nickname comes from the mighty bell whose deep chimes have defined London's soundtrack since 1859. Across generations, This Gothic masterpiece has endured war, upheaval, and time itself, becoming one of the world's strongest symbols of resilience. Soaring 316 feet above the Thames, the tower offers striking views over Westminster, especially when the city glows with warm twilight light. Its craftsmanship is a marvel. Intricate Gothic carvings, precise clockwork, and opal faces that shine across the skyline like guiding lanterns. London's mild winters and cool summers give Big Ben a year-round beauty, whether shimmering in sunlight or standing dramatic against rolling gray clouds. Each season transforms its character, offering photographers everything from crisp winter shadows to luminous summer gold. Around the tower, Westminster is constantly alive, with Westminster Bridge providing some of the most iconic vantage points in the entire city. For centuries, its legendary chimes have marked significant national events, most notably during the state opening of Parliament when tradition fills the air. No exploration of London feels complete without witnessing this landmark that has shaped the city's identity and spirit for more than a century. And in the moment, Big Ben strikes the hour, echoing through the river breeze. You'll understand why travelers call it not just a sight to see, but an experience to remember. Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge commands the Thames with a dramatic presence, rising beside the ancient Tower of London like a gateway between London's medieval past and its modern skyline. Constructed between 1886 and 1894, this Victorian Gothic masterpiece was engineered with extraordinary ambition, blending elegant architecture with a pioneering bascule system designed to lift for passing tall ships. Often mistaken for London Bridge, it stands as the city's most recognizable crossing, distinguished by its fortified twin towers, blue suspension lines, and unmistakable silhouette carved against the river. From the elevated glass walkways, visitors can watch boats glide directly beneath their feet while taking in sweeping panoramic views that reveal the geography and pulse of the city. London's shifting maritime climate adds layers of atmosphere to the bridge, whether it appears shrouded in morning mist or gleaming sharply beneath clear summer skies. After nightfall, Tower Bridge becomes almost cinematic, glowing with soft illuminations that shimmer across the water and create one of the city's most romantic riverside scenes. History enthusiasts can delve into the preserved Victorian engine rooms, where original steam-powered machinery offers insight into the engineering brilliance that once powered the bridge's iconic lifts. And whether you walk across its spans, sail beneath its arches, or photograph it from the riverbank at golden hour, Tower Bridge remains an essential experience, capturing London's ingenuity, beauty, and enduring sense of mystery. Westminster Abbey. Just steps from the Houses of Parliament, Westminster Abbey rises with understated grandeur, weathered stone suggesting a sanctuary where time, tradition, and devotion have long intertwined. Since 1066, this remarkable Gothic masterpiece has witnessed every British coronation, quietly reinforcing its role as a ceremonial anchor of the nation's identity. Inside, filtered light glides across intricate medieval stonework and luminous stained glass windows, while Poets' Corner offers a graceful homage to the literary voices that shaped Britain's cultural soul. "17 monarchs rest within its sacred walls, imbuing the Abbey with an atmosphere of profound continuity, a place where history feels both intimate and immeasurable." London's gentle climate makes each visit uniquely appealing, with spring's delicate blooms and autumn's muted tones lending the surrounding precinct a refined, seasonal beauty. Beyond its historical stature, the Abbey's celebrated choir elevates the space with ethereal harmonies, a moment of serenity that many travelers consider the highlight of their visit. For those drawn to architecture, heritage, or quiet contemplation, Westminster Abbey offers an experience that is deeply enriching, revealing layers of artistry and meaning at every turn. And as you step inside its vaulted nave, the centuries seem to unfurl around you, inviting a rare sense of connection to Britain's past, beautifully preserved in stone, light, and silence. Hyde Park. In the center of London's fast-paced heartbeat lies Hyde Park, a vast 350-acre expanse where meadows, lakes, and age-old trees form one of the city's most defining natural masterpieces. Born in 1536 as King Henry VIII's private hunting ground, the park holds centuries of layered history, royal celebrations, political movements, and whispered stories that have quietly shaped the nation. Today, its winding paths lead visitors toward the tranquil Serpentine, shaded groves perfect for slow wandering, and hidden lawns ideal for escaping the energy of the city. At the iconic Speaker's Corner, voices of thinkers, rebels, and storytellers continue a long tradition of free speech, turning a simple corner of the park into a living symbol of expression. Each season transforms the landscape. Spring bursts with blossoms, autumn drapes the park in molten gold, summer fills the lawns with picnics and music, and winter brings crisp air, ideal for reflective walks. From open-air concerts and lakeside events to tucked-away memorials and sculptures that many visitors overlook, Hyde Park blends natural beauty with cultural depth, especially rewarding for those willing to explore beyond the main trails. For travelers seeking a place where London's scenery, history, and quiet mysteries meet, Hyde Park promises not just a visit, but a moment of connection with the true soul of the city. River Thames. The River Thames weaves through London with a quiet authority, shaping the city's rhythm in a way that makes its presence feel both essential and deeply poetic. As one of the world's most ancient waterways, it has guided centuries of trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange, quietly influencing the rise of London as a global capital. Its banks showcase the city's most celebrated landmarks: Tower Bridge, the Houses of Parliament, and the London Eye, each reflected across the river in scenes that shift beautifully from soft morning light to luminous evenings. Throughout its long history, the Thames has witnessed Roman legions, royal ceremonies, and untold stories that linger in the currents like echoes of another era. London's temperate maritime climate allows the river to reveal new moods each season, from autumn's atmospheric mist to summer's warm brilliance and winter's serene, silver-toned reflections. Today, visitors can experience the river's character through tranquil kayak routes, elegant cruises, or leisurely walks along the vibrant South Bank, where culture, creativity, and community come alive. And for travelers seeking a moment that captures the essence of London itself, nothing compares to standing beside the Thames at dusk, when history, beauty, and the pulse of the city converge in a single, unforgettable view. Buckingham Palace. At the heart of London's royal quarter, Buckingham Palace rises with a commanding presence, instantly signaling the grandeur and legacy of Britain's monarchy. A short stroll from Westminster Abbey and the Houses of Parliament, it stands beside the lush expanse of St. James's Park, where sculpted lawns and reflective lakes frame the palace in timeless elegance. Since 1837, it has served as the monarch's official residence, quietly witnessing constitutional shifts, historic announcements, and moments that shaped the nation. Its neoclassical facade and world-famous balcony, staged to royal appearances and national celebrations, remain some of the most defining images in British cultural memory. Every day, crowds gather for the changing of the guard, a vibrant ceremonial tradition whose rhythmic steps and bold uniforms bring centuries of royal pageantry to life. Encircling the palace are 40 acres of private gardens, a surprisingly tranquil sanctuary filled with rare flora, wandering birds, and secluded pathways rarely seen by the public. The temperate maritime climate keeps the palace captivating year-round, glowing under summer skies or softened by the pale winter light that settles gently over its stone. More than a royal home, it serves as a grand stage for state receptions, diplomatic events, and national milestones, anchoring its role as a symbol of continuity and authority. For travelers seeking the full royal experience, Buckingham Palace is essential, best admired at early morning or golden hour when the palace's facade shines with its most majestic light. Richmond Park. Richmond Park begins not with a grand entrance, but with a shift in atmosphere, the subtle moment when London's noise fades and a vast, untamed landscape quietly takes its place. Shaped in the 17th century under King Charles I, the park's sprawling fields and ancient woodlands still carry the understated authority of their royal origins. Its freely roaming red and fallow deer lend the environment an almost cinematic stillness, their movements threading history and wilderness together in a single glance. Across open meadows, bridle paths, and high overlooks, the park reveals perspectives that stretch far beyond its boundaries, most famously the protected sightline from King Henry's Mound to St. Paul's Cathedral. The gentle maritime climate bathes the landscape in shifting moods, from ethereal winter haze to warm summer clarity that settles softly across the grasslands. Each season reshapes the park, spring with its wildflower bloom, autumn with its deep ochres and amber tones, turning every trail into a painter's study. Hidden within this expanse, the Isabella plantation feels like a curated secret, rhododendrons, azaleas, and reflective ponds creating pockets of stillness that invite slow, unhurried wandering. And long after you step back into the city, Richmond Park leaves an imprint, less a memory of a place and more a reminder that even in a global capital, true wilderness can still claim its own quiet territory. The Shard. Rising 1,016 feet above London, the Shard emerges like a sculpted prism of light, instantly distinguishing itself as the city's most commanding symbol of contemporary ambition. Designed by Renzo Piano and completed in 2012, the tower anchors its futuristic form in Southwark, one of London's oldest districts, creating a captivating dialogue between modern engineering and centuries-old heritage. Inspired by a fragment of glass, its sleek, tapering silhouette refracts the sky and the city below, offering a striking visual contrast while remaining harmoniously woven into London's architectural narrative. Inside, a vertical world unfolds: luxury residences, refined offices, celebrated restaurants, and the view from the Shard, where 360-degree panoramas reveal the geography, texture, and vast cultural layers of the capital. Weather often shapes the experience. Ethereal fog softens the horizon, sunsets cast molten light across the Thames, and clear evenings unveil a seemingly endless constellation of city lights, inviting visitors to return at different times for entirely new perspectives. And whether one arrives for a sky-high meal or a quiet moment above the clouds, the Shard offers a rare, elevated encounter with London, an experience that feels both intimately reflective and undeniably unforgettable. London Eye. Suspended above the south bank of the Thames, The London Eye offers a rare vantage point from which the city's thousand-year narrative unfolds in a single sweeping arc. Created for the Millennium celebrations, this modern structure has since become a quiet witness to London's evolving skyline, linking contemporary engineering with the capital's enduring historical identity. At 135 meters, its elegant frame once made it the tallest observation wheel on Earth, a testament to the ambition shaping London at the turn of the century. A gentle 30-minute rotation inside one of its 32 crystal-clear capsules opens a moving panorama, revealing icons like Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and St. Paul's Cathedral in ways impossible to appreciate from the ground. London's mild maritime climate gives the eye an atmospheric quality, where clear mornings reveal intricate city details, while misty afternoons soften the horizon into something almost dreamlike. For the best experience, visit just before sunset. Golden hour light transforms the Thames into a ribbon of fire and turns the skyline into a tapestry of silhouettes and shimmering reflections. And as the capsule ascends into the quiet above the river, the London Eye becomes more than a landmark. It becomes a moment of stillness, offering travelers a contemplative, unforgettable look into the soul of the capital. Oxford Street. Oxford Street doesn't announce itself loudly. It pulls you in with the subtle tension of a street where history, commerce, and restless energy have collided for centuries. Since the 19th century, more than 300 storefronts have lined this 1.5-mile stretch, shaping London's reputation as a global retail capital, while quietly preserving stories of the city's early traders beneath its modern pace. Walking beneath its facades reveals a layered landscape. Victorian stone pressed against shimmering glass, each building reflecting a different chapter of London's evolving identity. What many don't notice are the traces of the old coaching routes still embedded in the street's layout, ghost paths once used by merchants and travelers long before fashion houses claimed the space. When winter arrives, Oxford Street undergoes a transformation, its celebrated Christmas lights turning the entire avenue into a luminous corridor that feels almost theatrical. By day, the street vibrates with a mix of high fashion, street performers, global brands, and unexpected artistry in display windows that function like miniature galleries. London's temperate climate keeps the avenue alive throughout the year, offering breezy summer afternoons and crisp winter evenings that each reveal distinct moods. Those who step off the main route will find quieter enclaves, independent cafes, hidden bookstores, and small ateliers that soften the street's intensity with more intimate character. And for travelers seeking Oxford Street at its most evocative, timing a visit during blue hour reveals the magic. Reflections deepening, lights sharpening, and the avenue shifting into something that feels both modern and mysteriously timeless. Tower of London. For nearly a millennium, the Tower of London has occupied its place along the north bank of the Thames like a silent sentinel, its walls absorbing the city's triumphs, tragedies, and tightly held secrets. Founded by William the Conqueror in 1066, the fortress has shifted roles through centuries: royal residence, state prison, treasury, and even a medieval menagerie, its chambers once holding figures such as Anne Boleyn and Guy Fawkes. Today, the tower safeguards the crown jewels, an extraordinary collection of regalia whose brilliance contrasts strikingly with the fortress's stark stone corridors and echoing halls. Its atmosphere deepens through looming battlements, shadowed dungeons, and the iconic ravens, birds long woven into legend, believed to shield the kingdom from misfortune should they ever depart. Seasonal shifts transform the tower's mood. Winter mist lends it a spectral quiet, autumn light softens its silhouette, and spring blossoms brighten the grounds with an unexpected gentleness. Blending royal pageantry with centuries of lore, the Tower of London offers travelers a rare encounter with Britain's darker, richer past, best explored early in the morning when the crowds are thin and its mysteries feel closest to the surface. Trafalgar Square. Trafalgar Square presents itself as a grand urban arena, a place where London's past and present collide in a way that feels both commanding and alive. Designed in the early 19th century to commemorate the pivotal Battle of Trafalgar, the square stands as a testament to Britain's naval triumph and enduring national spirit. At its center, Nelson's column pierces the sky, a striking tribute to the admiral whose leadership reshaped the fate of empires. Around its base, 4 monumental bronze lions watch over the square with a quiet intensity, their expressions evoking both strength and solemn guardianship. Surrounding the plaza, stately neoclassical buildings, including the revered National Gallery, offer a cultural backdrop filled with masterpieces from centuries of artistic brilliance. Today, the square thrives as one of London's most dynamic cultural landscapes, where history is not preserved behind barriers, but lived openly in the flow of daily life. For decades, it has hosted global demonstrations, vibrant public festivities, and deeply symbolic ceremonies, from moments of unity to scenes of joyful celebration. Its fountains, especially when illuminated in the evening, cast rippling reflections across the stone, lending the space an almost cinematic quality. London's shifting weather further heightens its atmosphere, with sudden sunshine, mist, or light rain giving the square an ever-changing visual rhythm. As a year-round destination, it serves as a natural gateway to nearby landmarks, making it an ideal starting point for exploring central London. Travelers seeking the most evocative views often visit at dusk, when the architecture warms under soft light and the square's energy settles into a quieter, more reflective mood. And for those wanting to experience London's spirit distilled into a single place, Trafalgar Square offers a rare combination of history, culture, and human connection that leaves a lasting impression.